Look at me now. Hey, look at me now. Hey. I'm getting thankful. I literally have 15 minutes to do this. And I don't know if I can get this done. But I'm going to try. So, today's topic is reclaiming your pain for your purpose. And I'll put the full fancy title somewhere. This is so important. And that's why I wanted to do it now. And I'm trying not to holler because everybody's in there. So, I have to start this off by telling a story. When I was younger, we moved around a lot. I was thinking about this the other day, and I went to only one high school, but I think I went to 2 or 3 elementary schools and 3 or 4 middle schools. And so it meant that, like, I always was like either ahead or behind, or you went to a school and they'd already done that lesson, or you went to another school and the teacher hadn't taught that lesson, meaning the content and everything. And I think that, on top of the fact that I went to public school in a predominantly minority school, it just made for a very interesting mesh concerning my education. It's important, like I'm telling you this for a reason. Okay, so moving around a lot, it helped that I feel like for the most part, I was a fast learner. I know how to adapt to situations in a sense of, I feel like, you know, school-wise, like I was a smart kid type of thing. Like I knew how to study, buckle down, do what I needed to do to make the situation work. But it was extremely hard because there were still elements that I missed. And because I was a buckle down, get it done type of student, I knew how to, like, I don't want to say BS, but I knew how to work around things. I knew how to learn stuff on the fly. I knew how to pick up on context clues to help me get a lesson down. And it didn't always mean that was because I actually knew the content, but it was because I knew enough to make it work, basically. So that meant that when it came to education in school, I feel like my natural ability helped me a lot, but I feel like I probably would have went a lot further had there been not so many kind of like hiccups. And so this is all important to kind of something that I mentioned to you all. Y'all, I'm just going to do this. We are about to go see my movie. Yay! Okay. I was always feeling like I was behind. Like I was always steps behind the other kids. And so whenever something was called to my attention about me not knowing something or not picking something up or not being good at something, it felt like that statement was affirming the fact that I was behind, affirming the fact that either I wasn't as smart as the other kids, or affirming the fact that you know, that I didn't have all the things maybe that I felt like the other kids had. And we all have that as kids. I get it. But with all of that, I'm saying all of that now because it fed into my thinking and my beliefs as an adult. And so when you think about this topic of reclaiming your pain for your purpose, I didn't come up with that as far as the wording. That was a guest pastor at our church, and I wish I would have got his name. And I'm sorry for blurring. My husband's going to be like, Dana. But the reality of it is true. And so what I had to do is think about, like, what were the pain points? My pain points were feeling like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough. And the truth is, a lot of that was further affirmed by adults in my environment. And I don't think now as an adult that they did that intentionally, but I already had a predisposition to feeling like I was behind. And if I already felt like I had a predisposition to feeling like I was behind, any sort of negative comment concerning my intelligence, my ability to grasp information, my ability to write, made it extremely difficult. It helped that when I got to high school, I decided to submit a transfer. And even though we moved around while I was in high school, I went to the same high school the entire time because I wanted to go into the military. And so I was in ROTC. And because my grades were good, I submitted a transfer on my own. I don't know where I got this idea from in the 8th grade to submit a transfer to go to another school so that I could be in the ROTC program, because I think it was other schools that had it, but that's the school that I wanted to go to. So I don't even know how I came up with that. I still don't know how I came up with that, but I'm glad I did. So that gave me an opportunity to meet people, have friends, get grounded. But and also that's when I really began to see that I really did, for example, love reading, love writing, loved math, and I was placing in AP classes, and I was really thriving in high school. But yet and still, there were still these moments and these hidden moments where a counselor would say something, a teacher would say something, and it would unearth all those feelings of being the new kid, of being not so smart, of feeling behind. Y'all, this is how we cover up the fact that we still got more to go. This is cute. This is the first time I've done this. So, with that said, fast forward. So in that moving around, I missed certain things. I missed certain things in English. I missed certain things in history. I missed certain things in maths and science. I was always really good. Like, I always in AP. I was always in advanced classes and all of it. And the only thing that made it so funny was I was in advanced classes, but that was purely off of this gumption to show people that I wasn't stupid. Pardon my French. People look at a transcript and see when kids move from place to place, and they automatically put them in a category. And I did not want to be that student. And the only way I could do it is just by outworking everybody around me. Y'all, I worked hard. And so this transferring your pain into your purpose, that is a pain point. There are things in your life that are going to always hit a sore spot in you, but you have to decide what you do with that pain, what you do with those memories, what you do with those circumstances and situations. It's your choice. I don't care how old you are. If I was 14, I got stuff all on me. If I was 14 or 13 or whatever and knew enough to say, I'm going to go to this school because I know if I get into this ROTC program, it's going to help me get into the military. Like, I had a plan. And so to me, if you're going to transfer your points of pain into your purpose, you have got to have a plan. And I had to come up with 3 things so that we could like keep this focus. I'm going to read them because my husband's going to be coming around this corner. And we can go into this deeper. You know, really what took that pain into my present as an adult was when I would get a lot of flack for my writing style. My writing style has always been creative. And so for me to go into the legal field, that was considered a bad thing. So then that meant every time I got negative feedback, I had to take my thoughts captive. That's what scripture says. I had to take my thoughts captive and tell myself, you can do this. And then come up with a plan, right? So the 3 things that I came with about how you can take it, and it was reclaim the symbols of your pain into symbols of your purpose, is number 1, stop letting your past hold your future in a chokehold. Now listen, I'm not a huge wrestling fan, but when I was a kid, I was. I used to love to watch the WWF. I used to love to watch their cartoon back when it was like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, and when they would grab the men and slam them on the mat. And my thinking is, you need to stop letting your past grab your future, slam it on the mat, make it as big. You know what I mean. And so you've got to find a way to outsmart and outmaneuver even your natural instincts in the beginning, because that has been with you longer than, you know, what you're stepping into now. But the reality is your purpose has been with you since the beginning of time and since you were even on earth. So that has a deeper current through your being. Okay, so you've got to stop letting your past put your future in a chokehold. So how do you do it? The moments when I would hear something and my natural instinct was to say, they think I'm stupid, or they think I don't understand. And then you would combat with that most environments I was the only woman, and most environments I was the only black person, not black female, black person. When I worked at firms, the only other black person and at one time in the firm that I was working with on my floor was my assistant. So it's like the woman that used to help me. And technically she was like the assistant for the floor and I was a clerk. But still, there wasn't people that looked like me doing what I was doing. And so I had to almost close my eyes to the environment that was around me and go to this thing inside me that says, you can do this, Dana. You can do it. And so you've got to find those places where when you snap and you go back to that place of that old you, of that old thinking, that you reprogram it, you got to put some words in your mind, even if it's pause and speak some truth into the situation, and then come up with a plan. Number 2, stop accepting circumstances as they are. I could have said, you are in the projects. You are broke. Like, you know, all these different things about my life I could have, but I refuse to, and I still do. And I think sometimes that can make people feel some kind of way about you. But if you understand that there is a bigger purpose and a bigger call on your life, baby, you walk and you move and you breathe and you live in that purpose. Because if you do not, the overwhelming fact that you are surrounded sometimes by negativity, surrounded by the way your life is right now, it can take you under like water if you are unable to swim. So you have to stop letting your circumstances dictate where you are going and what you can do with your life. So number 1 was stop letting your past put your future in a chokehold. Number 2 is stop accepting circumstances as they are. And in that stop accepting circumstances as they are, know that if there is an option, there's an opportunity to switch it up. If there is any type of hint of another point of reference or of another choice, you've got the opportunity to make some moves, baby girl. And I say make moves. Okay. Number 3, stop refusing to accept responsibility. Hands down. And that really should be number one. But right now, I wanted it to be number three, because a lot of times we can say, well, how can I accept responsibility when I was a child? Right? And when all this happened, or how can I accept responsibility when I was just a victim of my circumstances? But I think you accept responsibility by saying, I'm here and I'm going there. And then you begin to take ownership instead of being a victim. Also with that, when you accept responsibility, you have an opportunity to do something different. It's no longer leaving it at the hands of somebody else. It's giving you like the keys to the car. And instead of sitting in the passenger seat, you are now sitting in the driver's seat. And in that, flip the script. That's all of this. The way that you go from repurposing your pain and your past into your passion, into your purpose, into your future is by flipping the script. And the way that you flip the script is when you use something that should be a negative and you turn it into a positive. People thought that I couldn't learn or that I wasn't a great writer, and look at me now. You know, I feel like the Chris Brown song, look at me now. Hey, look at me now. Hey. I'm getting paid for. You gotta be like that. You gotta say, I'm about to flip this script. I'm about to show whoever. And you know what the reality is? I'm a person where it's not even about showing nobody else. It's about showing me. I don't care who's watching. Watch me. I mean, I care that you watching. Hey. Okay, he's called me. So, flip the script. Change the game. Play your own game. Don't let the things that happened to you in the past keep your future in a chokehold. Do whatever. And the truth is, we can talk about more of how you do that, how you do a different script for your life. That's how you flip the script. Change the way you're talking to yourself. Change the way you move. Change who you around. Change your goals. Challenge yourself. These are all the ways that you get from that past into your future. So I got to get ready to go. But I'm going to tell you this. Scripture tells us that everybody that is in Christ, the old man is no longer there, but it's a new creature. And that helps me to believe that I don't have to be victim to my past or my circumstances. I am a new creature when I accepted him, so I can walk in my newness. And whether you believe that or not, if you get a new job, you can walk in newness. You get a new house in a new neighborhood in a new city, you can walk in newness. You're in a new relationship, you can walk in newness. But you have to decide to do it. I'm out of here, y'all. I gotta go. I have a face. I'm gonna go see my movie. Please don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to follow me on this 100-day challenge. Let me know in the comments how you are going to flip the script, how you going to repurpose your past into your purpose and into your future and reclaim it. And so I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'll see you sooner than later. Take care and goodbye.